Radiant team pick.
Alright, I told you guys it was going to be quick. We're already back in this. It's the semifinals. We've got... They are Spantan Gaming. They are not Spartan Gaming. I was the one who misread it. As they both go by Spantan Gaming in-game and in the brackets. So it's not a typo. I'm just wrong. I'll probably still call them Spartan accidentally, but... They're going to be on the Dire side. We've got OverAchievers on the Radiant side. This is a team that's been around for a very, very long time. They've changed their roster about 1,000,000 times as well.
5 seconds.
But they have been around for a while. For anyone new joining us, like I said, this is the semifinals. I'm Niz. I'm going to be casting. So hopefully you enjoy it. I've been a little spotty tonight. On top of that, I fell earlier today and hurt my wrist. So I've been icing it down between games. It hurts to hold the mouse. It does. But sacrifices in order to cast these games for you guys. We've got a little bit of a draft here. A little bit different of a draft, I should say, as we've got Axe and Venge as our first two bands coming out from OverAchievers. Troll and Sniper were the first two bands coming out from Spantan Gaming. And now we've got Batrider first pick. I feel like this hero is always relevant. And I mean, he is. He's the most picked and banned hero ever. But we're going to see him going up against one of the Batrider counters, which is the Shadow Demon. And who else is Spantan Gaming going to look to pair up with that Shadow Demon? There's a lot of heroes that pair quite well with it. And they're going to go with Medusa this early. Wow. So not only do they pick Shadow Demon, which is a strong counter with the Banish going up against the Batrider Lasso, but then they're also going to pick up a carry in Medusa that, you know what, if you jump in and you lasso Medusa and pull her into the middle of your team, well, she's just going to hit Stone Gaze, and then she's not going to have to worry about anything. On top of that, she's got her Mana Shield, which means she's going to be incredibly tanky. On top of that, she naturally builds into a Linken's. So Batrider's going to have to jump in and pop the Linken's if she wants to grab Bat, or if Bat wants to grab the Medusa. But Batrider doesn't have to just grab Medusa. There's going to be plenty of other targets. So Bat's going to choose to pick off one of those, but of course that's where the Shadow Demon comes in. It's going to be very important for Shadow Demon to pick up a high mobility item like a Blink Dagger or Force Staff. Most people choose to go with Force Staff against Batrider if you can. Blink Dagger is incredible, but you know, Force Staff is always the most likely. And frankly, it's the better item to have overall as a support, just because you can do so many more things with it besides just how you use Blink Dagger, either offensively or defensively. You can do those same things with Force Staff, although at a smaller range, but you can also use the Force Staff on your teammate, which is very crucial, and on your enemies to push them out of position as well. So it has that added versatility. Next set of bands went by pretty quick, and I didn't even mention the Nyx Assassin pick. I'll get back to that one. So we have Silencer and Anti-Mage getting banned out by Spantan. So the Silencer, I guess. I mean, it's not the
10 seconds.
It's not the most damaging pick to them in the world at the moment, but maybe they're going to choose something that's going to be quite weak to Global Silence. Anti-Mage, one of those heroes that can actually go late against a Medusa and does pretty well against Medusa, as long as the Anti-Mage gets a respectable Battle Fury timing and isn't pressured too hard. Dazzle and Mirana, both two heroes that pair incredibly well with the Shadow Demon in the support role. Dazzle and Shadow Demon actually have a ton of burst damage coming out, as the Shadow Demon can lead with the disruption, and that creates two illusions, and the Shadow Demon stands up with the disrupted target, and when those two illusions appear, the Dazzle throws out the heal nuke, and that deals a lot of damage to the
Lion.
to the target that was disrupted.
Dire team
So that gets banned out, and of course the Mirana. The setup for the arrow is pretty strong, and it's pretty well known. So no surprise there from those bans on Overachievers. But we're going to see a Lion get picked up to go with that Nyx Assassin. If that Nyx Assassin's even going to be support. You know, we've seen Nyx Assassin run in pretty much every single lane. He used to be run a lot in the off lane. He also used to be getting played as support often. But we've also seen him in the mid lane. So who knows what they're going to choose to do with this Nyx Assassin. Most likely it's not going to be off lane. I imagine the Batrider's going to go there. Batrider, Dusa, mid lane. That is Dusa favored. So not looking like they're going to want to put their Batrider there. So I'm guessing the Nyx Assassin is going to be support. Nyx Assassin mainly getting picked up for that mana burn because it's so effective against the Medusa. Of course, you burn Medusa's mana, and you effectively burn a bunch of her HP just because of how Mana Shield works. Huh. So we have Centaur, so that's going to be the offlaner. That's going to give them their ability to move. It pairs, once again, incredibly well with the Shadow Demon Disruption. Shadow Demon Disruption allows the Centaur to get up there and get in range pre-blink. And once he's able to do that, they come out of the Disrupt, they get stomped, they get hit with the Double Edge. And depending on what build the Shadow Demon goes, whether he chooses to max Soul Catcher or he goes a Shadow Poison build, or maybe if he goes a Disruption build, we'll have to see. There's so many different builds for Shadow Demon. But that means the Centaur can do so much damage. And now we see the support that the Shadow Demon is going to be paired up with, and that's going to be the Kunkka. And once again, great setup. Kunkka Torrent is kind of hard to hit on a target that's not locked down. The Disruption gives you that lockdown. 2.5 second banish, 1.6 delay on the Torrent. So you do have to basically... All you do is the Disruption comes out and you just say 1 and then you cast your Torrent. Or that's at least how I do it. And you're pretty much going to land your Torrent every single time on the Kunkka. So they're going to have pretty much perfect setup for the Torrent. It is maybe a little bit greedy, the Kunkka support overall, but once you've got boat and everything, I don't think it's bad at all. You're already planning on going late with a Medusa. You're just going to end up with a better scaling support. And frankly, it's a support that's not going to be that weak. Despite it being a greedy support, because you've got its perfect setup with the Shadow Demon. Last two bans, Storm Spirit and Veno are going to get banned out, but we've got Lifestealer as the fourth pick from Overachievers. So they're going with the Lifestealer carry. And oh my, I know I've said this a few times before at Indie Beer. I actually believe Lifestealer is probably the weakest hero in Dota right now. I know some people are going to question me on that, but I think Lifestealer is just really bad. I hope Overachievers can prove me wrong and show me the way.
10 seconds remaining.
But I just think Lifestealer is so weak.
5 seconds remaining.
He gets kited really hard, especially, with the Stampede. It's going to be difficult for Lifestealer to really stick on these targets. But they did ban out the Venomancer, mainly because it can kite the Lifestealer so well. So they will ban out the Veno. And, the Storm got banned out because it's one of those heroes that can help deliver the Lifestealer with the Ball Lightning, and Lifestealer's inside with the Infest. So you got that Infest bomb coming out. And then they also picked up another hero that you typically see running those Infest bombs. It's the Templar Assassin. You get the blink up on the Templar Assassin. She can blink in with the Infest, and you're going to blow someone up. So neither of those available to Overachievers. And what do you have left? You can run your Nyx Assassin that way. Maybe they're not even choosing on doing that, and they're just going to say, we've got the Batrider already. We know that the Batrider is going to get blink at a respectable time, or at least it should. Although it does have a pretty scary off lane, so expect the Batrider to abandon fairly early. Ember Spirit's going to be the final pick. So Ember Spirit against the Templar Assassin in the mid lane, that is definitely Ember Spirit favored, but we just saw the mid player for Spantan Gaming play incredibly well on the Ember Spirit. So definitely probably knows how to play against it. Although this is quite a difficult matchup for the TA. But we'll have to see. And it's just waiting for the final players to choose their heroes, and we'll be right on into this and introduce our players and our teams. As we're in the semifinals here. The winner of this, it is just a best of one. They're going to go on to the finals. There is no money on the line, but still, it's nice to win a tournament, even if it's just bragging rights. Helps build that confidence of a team as a team. And here we go. We've got everyone sorted on what heroes they're going to be playing. Let's introduce our Radiant side, as we've got the OverAchievers.
Prepare for battle.
Playing their Nyx Assassin is going to be Tugarin, who's still looking for a team. He's going to be a stand-in as well. We've got Sadness on the Lifestealer. We've got Fear the Reaper on the Ember Spirit. We've got Selfu. He also said shout out to his sponsor, hashtag. in the chat before we started. So he's going to be on the line, and we've got Pig in a Bag going to be playing this Bat Rider. And well, we've already had that smoke, and they're going to find Sleep at 4 immediately. Torrent's going to come out and land on 3. Great Torrent coming out from Gin. But here we go. We've got a disruption onto Sleep at 4, and I don't think Sleep at 4 is going to be able to get out of there, and he's going to go down. Was this... I don't know if the disruption was even necessary there. It might have actually ended up putting Sleep at 4 in a worse position. I don't know, but either way, we've got First Blood, and well, I guess now's the time to introduce our Dire side, as there was immediately action. We've got Spantan Gaming on this Dire side. Playing the Shadow Demon is going to be Didden or Diden. Still don't know how to pronounce that one. Templar Assassin going to be played by Sleep at 4. We've got Nevermore on that off-lane Centaur Warrunner. Gin, which we saw land an incredible 3-man torrent already, going to be playing the Kunkka. And we've got Stan on the Medusa. We've got a Smoke on Kunkka, and Boots First on the Nyx Assassin and the Centaur. So both offlaners choosing to go with that. And what did I also see? I thought I saw... Yeah, we've got a Quelling Blade on the Lifestealer. Will they be able to get a Disrupt here off onto the Bat Rider? Bat needs to be careful. That Torrent is pretty strong and in the mid lane. I unfortunately missed a kill there, as Tugarin made a nice rotation around, got a pick off onto Sleep at 4. Fear the Reaper actually the one getting the kill. And yeah, Sleep at 4. That's gonna hurt. It really needs to get this bottle online fairly early, and with dying 2 times already, that's not the direction you want to be headed. Pig in a Bag playing a little bit aggressive here, and he's got this Observer Ward, so he actually knows exactly where the Kunkka is. He knows that the Kunkka's pulling right now, and there was just a ping that came out, so I believe they know. I'm also pinging to have the pull through being done by the Shadow Demon. But this is allowing the Bat Rider to get a lot of XP, and this is what Bat wants. Bat wants to be able to get a ton of XP in this offlane, so that when he goes to the jungle, he can farm up the camps really quickly. Tugar making a rotation up here. Observer Ward already spotting him out, though, so they know he's up there. There has already been the disruption going out, but they chose not to go on Pig in a Bag. And this looks like it's just going to be a complete disengage. Tugar now going to make a rotation to the top rune as it's about to spawn to see what he gets in this top rune location. We've got bottles coming out at roughly the same time overall. As Fear the Reaper got his bottle really early into the game, but the fact that his Boots timing. So when it comes to farming in the lane, we see the CS are dead even at 10 CS apiece in the mid lane. So despite the fact that this TA has died, well, before the game even started, and then died in the lane, still managing to do well in this mid lane against the Ember Spirit. Nevermore needs to be careful. Soulfood trying to get a nice wraparound on that line, but the Centaur definitely knows what's up. And Selfu would just think better of it and make a rotation back around. Tugarin just camping mid. They want to make sure this TA doesn't get going whatsoever. Pink's coming out. They do have this DD still bottled on Fear the Reaper. So if they can get a good initiation on Sleep at 4, then they should be able to get a good amount of damage in. Keep in mind, though, they do have to go through Refraction. It is just rank 2 Refraction. So only 4 inches of damage it's going to block. Yeah, it's 3, 4, 5, 6.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Double damage is going to be used. Bolas are going to come out as well. Tugarin now coming out a little bit late, maybe. But I think that was the timer on the double damage, so it's not that Fear the Reaper chose to pop it at that moment. And now we have a smoke again coming in from the Shadow Demon, but unfortunately not able to get the disrupt off onto Fear the Reaper there. They even had Gin there, although Gin's smoke hasn't been popped, so they actually don't know. And now, Diden not able to get the disrupt off onto the Nyx. Nyx does have Spike Carapace, so I don't think they really would have been able to do too much. As immediately coming out of that disrupt, he would have been popping the Spike Carapace. And that would have at least stunned up the Kunkka and the Shadow Demon. Now Tugarin and Pig in a Bag maybe looking to cut off these supports as they make a rotation back. And Shadow Demon needs to be careful here, as it looks like he's probably going to get stunned up. And he's going to be standing in Firefly with a little bit of tar on him, and he's going to take a bunch of damage. But there's a disrupt followed by a torrent. In the bottom lane, we have Centaur getting a kill onto the Lifestealer. Not sure how that one happened, but with a dive here, Tugarin is going to get the kill, but it is going to cost him his life. X getting used onto the Batrider, but this should be a disengage. Now, we've got Stampede getting used, and what the heck is going on in the bottom lane? As that Centaur gets a double, he gets the kill on the line as well, but it does cost him his life. They trade. I almost wish I was watching the bottom there for part of that, as I don't understand how the Centaur got the kill on the Lifestealer. Judging from what I saw at the minimap, it looked like the kill on the Lifestealer was actually before the Lion even got there. It was up around here. So it's not that there was any kind of dives or anything. I really don't know how that one happened, but Centaur with the place. We've got a Rapid coming here from the Shadow Demon, and it looks like Pig in a Bag is going to get caught out here. Kunkka's going to be in rain as well never mind. Pig in a Bag able to pop the Firefly and fly over that little bit of water and get away. He recognized the fact that the Shadow Demon was coming just in time. I'm actually quite surprised. I guess he must have just spotted the Shadow Demon, but it looked a little bit far. I don't know. A little surprised by that. Maybe he did have vision. Or maybe he just had really good awareness that the Shadow Demon was coming, but he was able to get on out of there before any kind of disrupt. I guess he also could have read into the Kunkka's positioning, because the Kunkka was starting to come, and this Observer Ward's still giving him all the information he needs. Tugarin with that Vizrune is going to try to open up onto Sleep at 4. The Shadow Demon is here. He's going to use the Disrupt onto his teammate, the TA, but as soon as the disruption ends, he lands into an Earthspay coming out from Solfu. And that's going to be a kill for Fear the Reaper, and he's going to go for a second here. He's going to chase down Didem. But Nevermore's going to TP in and use that Stampede, and there goes Fear the Reaper. Now Nevermore's going to try to chase down Solfu, but we'll decide, you know what? No, we already got our kill. Let's go back to our lanes and start farming up. Never mind, he's coming back to the mid lane. And he meant to healing salve Shadow Demon there, I think. Nope. I guess not. Just getting a clarity from the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon's going to walk back to base. A little surprised that chose not to give away the healing salve there. Unfortunately, his teammate now needs to go back to base. This Observer Ward has since expired. It just recently expired as we just passed the 7.5 minute mark. And when these two TPs, well, Tugarin walked, but Fear the Reaper TP'd up here, have not been spotted by the Dire side. And they're going to try to go on to the Batrider, but here they come. Tugarin and Fear the Reaper are going to jump in. The Torrent has landed. It looks like the Bat's going to go down before they're able to get a kill, but there goes the Shadow Demon. They have their return kill. Looks like they're going to get one on again as well, as Tugarin and Fear the Reaper are going to dive past the tower. They also pinged to go on the Deuce. I think this is a little greedy, but Sulfu is there. He will land the Earth Spike. And they just need to make sure that Fear the Reaper doesn't stay too long. Now there's a TP coming in from Nevermore, and they're definitely right to back. Stampede's going to come out now. That seemed a little bit delayed. Maybe it just came off cooldown. But now Sleep at 4 is going to catch them at the top rune. Oh, he's going to get the meld attack off onto Tugarin, getting him down to 23 HP, I believe it was. But definitely not enough to kill him, as he just needed one more attack. Fear the Reaper now just going to do the little TP and jump back to his Remnant after getting his HP and mana up and refreshing his bottle. That will allow Sleep at 4 to get this bottom rune, which is double damage. That's a great rune for TA at this point in the game. The problem is TA really doesn't have much of anything. Well, she just went up to 900 gold, so I'm guessing this is the phase boots flying in. Yeah, it's double blades of attack, so it will be her phase boots. It's still quite a bit away from I'm guessing she's going to go the Yasha build. Might choose to actually build drums first. I think the Blink build is definitely out of the question at this point. This TA's just had just not a good start. Not a good start. Just 33 CS right now. But you compare it to the other mid laner, just 10 behind. The problem is that the TA is 0 and 3, 0, 3 and 0, and Fear the Reaper on the Ember Spirit's 5, 1 and 0. So the CS isn't all telling, and I guess we switch over to net worth now, and now we can actually see the difference. We got 5k net worth on that Ember Spirit, and just 2.6, 2.7 now on the Templar Assassin. So huge discrepancy there. In terms of the safe lane farmers, Dusa and the Lifestealer pretty much dead even, as they're both locked around 4,400 HP, or 4,400 net worth, excuse me. Despite the Lifesteal actually dying in that to that offlane Centaur. And speaking of Centaur, Centaur's been doing quite well, 3,200 gold. That actually puts the TA into perspective, as the Centaur, the offlane Centaur, has managed to get a higher net worth than that mid TA, and that's definitely not something that you see every day. Part of that's just really good play from Nevermore, and part of it is just the fact that this TA has just been getting stomped in the mid lane. I'm going to try to set something up onto this Lifestealer. They want to get a stun off onto Sadness, but Gin just showed himself, and looks like he's going to potentially leave the lane. Has elected to go for Arcane Boots. I guess that means we're going to have, yeah, we have Tranquils on the Shadow Demon. We're going to get a Disrupt in the top lane, but there is no Kunkka. Kunkka, of course, still down in the bottom lane. That means Tugarin's going to just pop his Spike Carapace anyway and walk away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What level is X? X is okay. So he went 2 points in Torrent and 3 points in X. So he's getting the increased range of X, and that means he could potentially catch out this line. There comes the X, followed up by a Torrent and a boat, and Sulfu is pretty much just going to disintegrate right off the start. Sadness is going to pop out of the Infest. The bomb damage will not kill Nevermore, and he'll be able to get on out of there before he loses too much HP, or, well, he still has about 100 HP, so I guess he had already lost a bunch. But now Fear the Reaper is going to get a kill onto the Shadow Demon. And in the end, it is just going to be a one-for-one trade. The Lion for the Shadow Demon, just the two supports. But that very quickly could have gone differently. The Lifestealer got quite low, but the Centaur got even lower. But neither of them took a fall. And the action continues in this game. There's 15 kills in just 12 minutes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The kill differential isn't that big, 8 to 7. Pretty much even. Let's take a look at the gold graph. It is slightly OverAchievers favored, 1,500 in their favorite. 12 minutes, it's not too bad. Oh, we're gonna have a smoke gank here on to Fear the Reaper, and oh, nice Earth Spike will land on 2, but it's not gonna be enough to keep Fear the Reaper alive, as he will go down now 8 to 8. Is that evens the kill total. Sulfu will to help protect Fear the Reaper from further ganks with this Observer Ward, as that will spot up onto the high ground. But Sleep at 4 looking to actually just engage onto Sulfu. And I'll let you see exactly how much vision that... this is actually the Radiant Vision, so you can see all the way up here with that Observer Ward. But there was an Observer Ward right here, which is just expired, and that meant that they knew Sulfu was placing that Observer Ward. And it just got countered immediately. So they lose all that vision, essentially just throwing away an Observer Ward. Of course they didn't know, so it wasn't like he just threw it away, effectively like placing it in the fountain. There wasn't anything like that, but just a little bit unfortunate there, as they're going to lose that one Observer Ward. And well, smoke gank here. Looks like Stan's going to get caught out, as they're going to open up onto Stan. That was even an Vendetta used there by the Nyx. And with a little finger bang coming out from Sulfu, that's going to be one dead Medusa. But they just lost Pig in a Bag in the middle lane, as Daiden, Sleep at 4, and Gin are going to combine for that kill. Now, Sleep at 4 going to make a move up into the top rune, where he's going to run right into Fear the Reaper, who has already gotten the bounty rune. And this is going to be a little bit of a man fight, and I believe Fear the Reaper is winning this one. But both heroes will back away. Fear the Reaper definitely would have won that one. Oh, that's a huge pickup, as we've already got a Blink Dagger picked up by the support Nyx Assassin. So doing a terrific job in that 4 position thus far. As what's his kill total? He's 1, 2, and 5, so he's already been a part of 6 of these 9 kills. He's basically been all over the map. As we saw him basically camping mid for quite a while. Saw him go top twice, I think, maybe even 3 times. Nevermore was also all over the map on the Centaur, but recently we just kind of seen him taking a little bit more cautious of an approach. He does have his Blink Dagger, so you'd expect him to be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe he's just parking himself in the bottom lane, causing a little bit of difficulties for this Lifestealer, but just kind of waiting for a teammate to rotate down. Tugarin's up here. He's already opened up onto Stan, but Daiden and Gin are going to be there. There comes the boat. It is going to land on 2. It's actually going to get the kill onto Tugarin. And Sulfu is going to also get hit by the boat, but he will be able to get on out of there alive. But he needs to be careful, as Nevermore is there as well. And now he's trying to run for his life. 3 seconds. The Blink Dagger will be up. Oh my goodness. They didn't see him go up onto the high ground. Oh, they're chasing the wrong way. Sulfu, the ninja, the Juke Master, will suck off a creep and then TP away. Maybe that's how he could afford the TP. That's a terrible sex joke. Oh, I apologize for that one. This is supposed to be a PG stream.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Pig in the Bag has already got his Blink Dagger. And with Lasso available, I imagine they're going to try to do something in this mid lane. Not going to happen. Pig in the Bag was... I think he could have been a little bit closer. Now they're going to go. They're going to grab Sleep at 4, Lasso him back.
Dire's bottom tower.
He's going to go down. Boat's going to come in, but they're all going to split the D.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I don't know what I'm saying. They just got out of the way of the damn thing. Freaking boat flying at you. Of course you're going to get out of the way if you can. So it won't hit anyone. Surprised that Stampede didn't come out there from Nevermore, as I believe Stampede was up by then, and I don't recall him using his blink, so maybe they could have stampeded and run in and tried to save the Templar Assassin, but it didn't happen. Just letting the TA die. And maybe they feel like, you know what, we overextended, we stayed a little bit long in the mid lane, we've lost our TA, let's cut our losses, let's not jump in and try to save her and end up losing more.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We can make other plays to come back for that one hero death. And they're going to try that right now, as they've smoked up as 4. And a little bit indecisive on where they're going. But they are going to make their way into the Radiant jungle, and they're going to find Sulfu. Or maybe they're not, as they reverse. And now they're heading to the mid as, oh, they're going for Sadness, as he has showed his face in the mid lane. And, well, that's going to be plenty of sadness. Despite the fact that it looked like Nevermore missed his stomp, Sadness also getting the rage off, but they're still able to get the kill. Daiden has, with his purge from his ultimate, is a terrific spell to be able to keep that lifestealer slowed, which is another reason why it's surprising that, I don't know what Sulfu's doing there. A little surprising that they chose to pick the lifestealer into the Shadow Demon already on board, but who knows? I think the hero's garbage. And someone, I'm not going to name names, but someone's been playing a lot of lifestealer in pubs and thinks the hero's OP. Maybe someone with the name might begin with Indy and end with Bear. I don't know. Maybe. I think he's crazy. I think the heroes is garbage. But I'm not seeing it yet. All I'm seeing is a bunch of sadness. Oh man, I shouldn't have made that joke.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Tugarin. Tugarin. That's sadness too, as he just gets demolished by Nevermore. And we are going to have an X go off onto Sulfu, who will find himself in the air. He will throw out the Earth Spike. He was turning around. He wanted to finger bang Gin, but it was not allowed. The right click came out first. And that was a dead lion.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, taking a bag. Is going to be able to blink forward, get the lasso onto Gin, and they're not even going to get a kill on this. Daiden with, once again, another questionable disruption. And I think that's actually going to get Gin killed, as he will die in the end. And now this is going to be a complete turnaround, so it was a really calculated bait, apparently, as they were going to get a return kill onto Sadness and Pig in a Bag. Tugarin has respawned. He is hanging out in Vendetta. There is... Oh, that's an Observer Ward, not a Sentry. My bad. So they're not going to see him. And now he's going to open up onto Sleep at 4, who didn't manage to get Refraction off. He's probably looking away at somewhere else, and the Nyx opened up with the Vendetta and got the kill onto Sleep at 4, but of course he had the Aegis, so he's going to come right back. Manboy Child, aka Ranny in chat, he's saying, "Yo, the lion's just finger banging and sucking off. This is at least an R-rated stream." I guess he's right. Maybe I should just change the channel, put up the warning, the content warning on the Twitch page. For mature audiences only. Has Sulfu. Apparently he just likes finger banging and sucking off. Can't help himself this game. Let's take a look at the cold graph, as we are still casting a Dota game. Alright, like, I haven't all of a sudden switched industries here. We've got... Oh my god. I want to call them Spartan, but they're not Spartan. Spantan, there we go. Gaming is ahead almost 4,500 gold, and well, we might have a change in that. As Pig in a Bag jumps forward, he gets a lasso off onto Sleep at 4, but Daiden is there with the disruption. That means the lasso is effectively useless. Sadness is going to get in a man fight with Stan, but it's not a man fight when two of the teammates come in and start helping Stan out. Infest has been used onto one of the creeps. He is in the range creep here. The finger bang comes out from Sulfu. That's going to get the kill onto Gin. Oh, nice. Absolutely terrific impale coming out from Tugar, and he will catch 2, and that will get him a double. Nevermore is going to go down as well, as Fear the Reaper is going to get that kill. And Fear the Reaper is actually going to keep chasing. He's going to try to catch the Shadow Demon, but he looks like he is gone, or maybe not. As Tugarin's trying the wraparound, but yeah, Daiden is gone. That's going to be the mid-tier 1 tower going down. And that was a great turn of events for OverAchievers, as they easily took that fight. 4 to 0 were the kill totals there, so terrific fight for OverAchievers. And it looked like the initiation was actually not good. It looked like it was definitely going to be Spantan Gaming favored, with how the initiation went, with the Bat Rider jumping in, getting the lasso off, but immediately getting countered by the Shadow Demon. And oh my goodness, again, not getting the deny there on the tower. And now he's in trouble as Soulfu is going to get the Earthspike off onto him. There comes the lasso. Sadness is even going to come in, smack him a couple times with his ghoul hands. Oh, he is going to get ulted by the Shadow Demon, and with Nevermore and Sleep at 4 jumping in, he's going to go down. So they do get a kill on to Gin, but that is a support Kunkka. And now they're going to lose the Lifestealer. And we have a pause. Sadness is going to take this time while he's dead to reconnect, but with a pause, I guess it doesn't really matter the fact that he's dead, but he is going to disconnect and reconnect, obviously having an issue or something. But I am going to take this pause to mute because my throat is getting a little parched. So I'll be right back with you in just a second. We're back. Short pause. Perfect amount of time that I needed. So take a sip of water. We've got Fear the Reaper and Tugarin hanging right here in the bottom. They're both in Invis. One with an Invis Ruin, the other with Vendetta. And they're going to open up on Stan, who there's no way he could have seen this one coming. But he's so tanky. This is such a tanky Dusa. Hasn't even used the Stone Gaze yet. There was a TP coming in from Diden, but my goodness, that is one tanky Dusa. Didn't even lose half of her HP. Didn't even lose half of her mana. My goodness. And is that going to be an issue? I mean, I guess it's going to have to be. Like, how do they kill this Dusa? Ember Spirit's going to need a lot more damage. I mean, you're going to need crits coming out from the Ember Spirit. He pretty much relies on crits. Not as much as like a core Kunkka does. But yeah, Ember Spirit, he really needs his crits coming out. But on top of that, you know, you've got 2 points in mana burn. That's going to scale off intelligence anyways. But that, I mean, that's going to help burn through the mana shield, but I don't know. I guess you also have Suck Off from the Lion. You've got the Lifestealer that should be able to deal a decent amount of right click as well. So I guess the damage is potentially there. But with just that Ember Spirit and the Nyx swinging away, it just felt like she was impossible to take down. Well, now Sleep at 4 is going to get opened up on, but once again, the entire Dire Side team is right behind them. And now the Radiant is on the run. Tugarin will actually get X back. They've also gotten the kill onto the Lifestealer there as Sadness goes down. Selfu coming in, getting the Hex off. But now he's running for his life, and I don't see any way of him getting out of that. He's going to go down there. And in the bottom rune, Tugarin has been caught. Nevermore is going to get the kill there. Pig in a Bag was trying to help Tugarin, but it wasn't meant to be. It looks like Pig in a Bag will be able to get on out of there. But 3 heroes go down for this Radiant side, and what was supposed to be a gank from them, but good positioning from Spantan Gaming. But it's not over, as they're going to go on Fear the Reaper. They caught him with an X, and oh my goodness, they will still get the kill. Looks like Fear the Reaper was about to get away there, as the stomp was maybe a fraction of a second late, as Fear the Reaper was able to jump away. But died in getting the kill with, I imagine, Shadow Poison. I guess it could have still been Demonic Purge. But actually, he didn't even use it on him. Never mind. It couldn't have been Demonic Purge. It must have been Shadow Poison. Or I guess it could have been a right click flying through the air. I don't recall if there was one. But either way, it's one dead Ember Spirit. And it's 22-16. And I don't know what the heck that Dire Courier was doing there. It didn't have anything on it. But that was a little bit of a gift coming out from Spantan Gaming. And OverAchievers will definitely take that. And with that, let's take a look at the gold graph. Wow, it actually came all the way back up to OverAchievers' favor after that one very one-sided team fight. But now it's come right back as We're almost about a 3,000 gold deficit for OverAchievers. And XP is past the 5k mark. And wow, actually, that's interesting. As we, I mentioned it in the draft, and Daiden's going to choose to go with the Blink Dagger instead of the Force Staff this time around. I guess he just feels like his number one role, like he needs to make sure that the lasso doesn't do what it's meant to do. And he's going to go with the Blink Dagger. That's going to make sure that he's going to be able to do that. Choosing not to go with effectively the better item, and I say that with quotations, the Force Staff, is that's going to allow you to do more with the item. It doesn't give you the range. Pig in a bag, once again, it's going to get a lasso off, but Daiden's there with the banish. And that means Sleep at 4 is not going anywhere. And instead, Stan's going to get the kill onto Sulfu. That was up by the secret shop, not on the screen. And Pig in the bag now is going to go down. Sleep at 4 is going to get that kill. Fear the Reaper trying to get the kill on a Daiden, but he's going to jump away. Two Garen's going to go down. Now Stan and Fear the Reaper were in a little bit of a battle, but Fear the Reaper is going to run away like a big chicken. Well, rightfully so, as he's already lost 3 heroes on his team. Sadness just farming the jungle. I don't think he knows that Nevermore is standing right next to him. Practically, they're just farming camps. And all those heroes on the Dire side have gone bottom. Are they going to look to actually try to push this tier 2? It looks like they are. Is there 5-man pushing the tier 2? Not really sure what all this drawing on the map is coming out from Sulfu.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I'm
under
just talking
attack.
about how that last team fight went or whatever. But it is going to be a tier 2 push in the bottom lane, and it's going to be uncontested.
Radiant's
All the
bottom
Radiant
tower
heroes
has
hadn't
fallen.
respawned yet, so they weren't going to be in a position to defend that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Let's actually do a quick cycle through all the heroes to see who's got what. So we got a Blink Dagger on the Nyx Assassin. We've got an SNY, or a Sandy as I like to call it, on the Lifestealer. Looks like he's also going for an AC. That's pretty much done. Now the Ember Spirit, Fear the Reaper. Well, we've already saw him with the Chrysalis and the Battle Fury and the drums. Still hasn't picked up anything else since. He does have another 1,800 gold on hand, so that wouldn't be too far away. Sulfu has the Force Staff, but he's been mainly doing all the supporting roles, so couldn't really expect him to get too much more than that. And Pig in a bag. He's got his Force Staff. He's got his Blink Dagger, and he's almost done his Yules as well. As he just needs the 875 for the Void Stone to complete that. No, Dire side, they've just smoked up. Looks like they're going to run directly into the Radiant side, or are they? Never mind, they're going right into the pit. And will OA be able to sniff this one out? It doesn't look like they will. Well, Gin's going to give the smoke away. No, maybe not. Oh, he's invis. So because he was invis, they saw him when the smoke popped. They saw him standing there invis because of the sentry. That's unreal. But Roche is going to go down. Sleep at 4 is going to get the Aegis. And now they're going to take out that ward. And they're still hunting. They're not going to be able to catch anyone. I guess we'll go through the dire items. As Daiden has that Force Staff on the Shadow Demon, which we were just mentioning. Nevermore with the Force Staff, the Blink, and he's since picked up a BKB. Just picked that up just a minute ago. Gin has the Force Staff on the Kunkka, as well as the Arcanes and the Urn. Sleep at 4 with BKB, Yasha, drums. And now the Aegis, and also Odessa, which is flying in on the Courier. And ooh, even 2 Ultimate Orbs on that Courier for Stan. And that's going to be the completed Scotty, which is flying in for him. As he's already got a Lincoln's, a Yasha, and of course still the Midas. That Yule's just getting finished on Pig in a Bag on the Bat Rider. And Spantan, they're grouping up in the top lane, but nothing's happened here. There was a hero or two on the Radiant side up there, but They have long since left that lane. And everyone just kind of farming in this game. So, let's take a look at the gold grab. What else are we going to look at? Because there's not much going on in the game. 7,500 gold lead for Spantan Gaming, and about a 10k XP lead. It looks like we're going to have a little bit of a tower trade here, as the Radiant's going for the mid tier 2, and the Dire's going for the top tier 2. They do have 5 people pushing it. Glyph has come out. Just the 3 pushing in the mid lane for OA. And now they're all going to TP back as Spantan is threatening the tier 3, and they're actually already up on the high ground, and they're chipping away. They're actually burning through this tier 3 really quickly. That Deso just reducing the armor so much. And Pig in a Bag's going to jump forward. He is going to get the lasso off onto Stan. The disruption went onto Stan, so not able to stop the Bat Rider's movement. So Stan getting quite deep into the enemy base, but it's a Dusa able to get out of there without even using Stone Gaze. And now Tugarin's going to jump in. He is going to get the Impale off onto Sleep at 4. But that's going to cost Tugarin his life. He will buy back immediately. And now Sadness has been hit with that Demonic Purge. Up here we've got Pig in a Bag getting chased down by Nevermore. Sadness has already gone down. And Bola's on to Stan, who is quite low. And he's going to go down. Tugarin getting the kill there at the top of the screen. But now Tugarin's in trouble. Sleep at 4. It's going to try to chase him down. Never mind. Fear the Reaper. It's going to get a kill on again. And instead, they're all going to turn around onto Sleep at 4. Sadness is going to get this kill. No, never mind. Pig in a Bag is going to get it with the Flame Break. But lots of buybacks coming out from the Radiant side, as they've got 2 buybacks. And they lose effectively 2 heroes, which both bought back. But it gets them 4 kills. But at the same time, they've not only lost this tier 3, but they also lost the melee racks as well. The range racks, you know, took a little bit of a beating, but the more important one, the melee racks, has gone down. So, you know, they did come out ahead, 2 kills, but it cost them 2 buybacks and a tier 3 and a melee racks, and that's definitely not a trade that they would take any day. Oh, they get a 1 buyback back. Effectively, as Sleep at 4 goes with the buyback, and now Dyden's going to get picked off with the lasso, and that was a good pick off from Pig in a Bag, as that's going to help them keep momentum to keep trying to pressure on this tier 3. They will, I believe, get the tier 3 before Dire's able to defend, and there it goes. And they're going to stay for the melee racks. They feel like they need to get the racks back, and they will do just that. Tugarin, unfortunately, I think you're dead, buddy. I don't think he's able to get out of there yet. He's going to go down. Sulfu tries to TP, but Nevermore is going to find him in the trees, and he's going to cancel that TP with the Stomp and the Double Edge. Stan getting the kill there. So they do get a 1 pick off. Pushing into the base. They do lose 2 heroes, but that's 2 heroes, 4 racks. And a tier 3, right? So, I mean, that's effectively the trade that we just saw down here. They ended up with using 1 more buyback to get that done, but they also got 1 more kill as well, because they got the kill on the Shadow Demon. But now we see it tilting the other way in this game, as Spantan's going to go down the mid lane and push this tier 3 tower, which is going to fall before OA is able to defend it. And now, I feel like we've seen this before. Nope, never mind. They're not going to go for the melee racks, as they're going to back away. Pig in a Bag trying to pick them off as they retreated, but not able to get the lasso off. And I think Spantan's just going to try to run away here, but OA's not going to let it happen. They're blinking forward. They're trying to catch them. Lasso, I believe Pig in a Bag wanted to get it off onto Sleep at 4, but not able to, as he turned around, I think just a little bit too early. Died and getting incredibly low, 17 HP on him. Managed to get the Ghost Scepter off and stay alive. There we go. I think this is the first Stone Gaze we've seen all game, but Stan is going to use that. He's also going to get the kill onto Sulfu, who did land a nice Earth Spike onto 2. Dyden getting a kill onto Tugarin way off to the side somehow. Dyden's got so much HP back. I guess that's just earned. Now Pig in a Bag will use the lasso, but Nevermore is there with the Blink Stomp to stop Pig in a Bag from pulling stand back in that lasso. We will have a buyback from Pig in a Bag. Fear the Reaper is going to get a kill as well, and so is Sadness. So maybe Spantan stayed a little bit too long. I don't know. But once again, it's a 1 for 2 trade. Oh, well, sorry, it's a 3 for 2 trade with a buyback on top of that. This game, it feels back and forth, but I can't help but feel that Spantan is just, they're just coming out ahead. They're definitely ahead this game. They're ahead 10 kills. Look at the goal graph, they're definitely going to be ahead on that, but not as much as you might think. You know, it was about 7,500 gold. It's coming back a little bit. And that's that's about 6k gold. It looks like we might have a little bit of a break in the action. Goofy asking in chat if this is the finals. No, this is still the semifinals. The winner, of course, will go to the finals. Now he's calling me out on it, not realizing I've got a 2-minute delay. We'll get there. We'll get there. And it looks like the dire side is looking to go for a smoke. Maybe not. They're starting to spread out. Maybe just Gin's gonna hold on to it. Diden also has a gem on hand. I guess that's we'll cycle through the items. We got gem on the Shadow Demon. Templar Assassin just picked up the Manta. We've also got a plate mail on the Centaur, so probably going for an AC to counter the AC coming out from the Life Sealer on the other side. Kunkka also picking up a Blink Dagger. We saw him with the 4-staff already. And no real item updates coming out from Stan. Actually, no, sorry, he completed the Manta. He just had a Yasha last time we checked. On the dire side, Tugarn. Looks like he's going for it's a Necro Book, Sadness. He didn't have the Assault Curious finished last time, but he practically had all the items. So he actually now has that in his inventory since we last checked. We saw the Yules also get finished, but since picked up a Boots of Travel, still holding on to his Tranquils as well, so he's got the regen. Salfu hasn't really made any progress in terms of his items. Fear the Reaper has not only picked up his second Chrysalis, but he's made both of them into Daedalus. So looking for the big crits this game. Haven't really seen any thus far. But this one's not over. We're going to have at least one more team fight. So there's always time for big crits to save the day. The way I said that, it almost sounded like this is almost a done deal. But it's not. It's definitely not. This one's still pretty close. We've lost a set of melee racks on each side. We've got the melee down in the mid lane on the dire side, and on the Radiant side they've lost their top top melee racks as well. But the Radiant side has also lost their tier 3 in the mid lane, so they are a little bit more exposed than the dire.
Top tower is under attack.
And OverAchievers looking to take out this top tier 2 tower to claim the last remaining outside base towers, but there is a rotation coming out from Spantan Gaming to come defend this tower, and immediately OA just evacuates the area as they've completely gotten out of there. They were not sticking around at all. They were forcing that rotation out, and as soon as that rotation was coming, they got out. They clearly do not want to fight yet. They're waiting for something. Not sure what that is, but they're waiting for something. I don't know what they're waiting for. It's not like they're about to hit a timing or anything, unless they feel like the Necro Book is a timing on the Nyx Assassin. Everything else is kind of how it's going to be for a little bit. We do have another smoke from Spantan Gaming. They haven't, unfortunately, made good on any of their smoke rotations. Oh no, they're going to run right into Sadness. And Stampede's going to come out. Demonic Purge as well onto Sadness, who unfortunately doesn't get stunned from the stomp coming out from Nevermore as the rage was still on. Soulfu finger banging. I don't even know who it was before he went down, but it's not going to matter. He didn't do a good job of it apparently, as they've all got full HP except for Gin, who went down just from a crit coming out from Fear the Reaper. But that was not the finger bang target. So just like that, OA loses 2 heroes. It does cost Spantan 1, but they're also going to get Roche on the back of this. The Aegis is going to go on to sleep at 4, and who's going to get the cheese? Looks like it was Nevermore, as he's going to hold the cheese on the Centaur. Tugarn was on the hunt there, but will retreat back to his jungle. Getting the cheese dropped on the ground. Looks like they're going to pass that over to Stan. As that's going to be one ridiculously tanky Dusa. We've only seen them really try to go on Stan once thus far. And Stan was not even remotely close to going down. Although that wasn't the full team trying to focus him down. But they're going to have to soon, as it looks like Spantan's just going to charge right down the mid lane. They have to be careful though. Kunkka is quite far back, all the way back at their own tier 2. So they need to make sure that they don't engage S4 here. Fear the Reaper trying to throw it a little bit harassed, not getting a crit though.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Flamebreak coming in. It's just a lot of chip damage, a lot of poke damage coming out from this Radiant side. They're clearly hesitant. They do not want to engage. Stampede coming out. Pig in a Bag has already used Firefly, but hasn't used Lasso. He's mindful of that Shadow Demon, who's positioning himself incredibly well, but not able to cancel that Lasso, as it will pull Gin quite out of position. Fear the Reaper now getting stomped by Nevermore. Fear the Reaper going down, and now I think Sleep at 4 is going to go down as well. Keep in mind, he has that Aegis. Fear the Reaper also had buyback, so both those heroes are back in the game. The Shadow Demon is going to go down. Gem on the floor. Stan's getting chased away. Nevermore is going to TP away, and the fight is back here as the Dire side is just completely left. Sleep at 4 is going to go down. And that was an OA favorite fight for sure. As it did cost them 1 buyback, but they get 3 for 2. And that was 2 and the Aegis. And so was cheese used? Cheese was even used by the Dusa. Unless she dropped it in the fountain. I believe she did have to use it in the fight. So, great fight for OA, and they're going to get a range racks on the back of this. I think they should also make a rotation up to the top, get that tier 2 tower. As they should have a chance. Or enough time to do so, but looks like Sadness is... Yeah, he's going to think better of making that rotation down there. He got about here and he's like, I'm not walking that way. I'm coming back around. You know, come back to his team the safer way.
Never refuse gold given.
Career flying out. Talisman of Evasion. So it looks like the Dusa is going to go after what I can only assume is going to be a butterfly. It could be a halberd, but most likely it is going to be a butterfly coming out from her. And a little surprising that we haven't seen a halberd thus far on one of these supports. But they have both felt the need to go with a Ghost Scepter, especially going after an Ember. Going against an Ember Spirit. It's crazy. The amount of damage that hero can put out. Both teams just kind of sitting back and farming away now. So I'll bring up the item screen so we can get a good idea of what everyone has at this point in the game. That Necro has been finished. Sadness just picking up a Demon Edge. So maybe recognizing the fact that Talisman of Evasion has just come out on the Medusa and looking to respond with an MKB. Beyond that, I don't think anything has really changed. We've got a Perseverance on Fear the Reaper. But beyond that, I believe every other item is the same since we last checked. Both teams staying pretty close to each other. I think they're both very wary of potentially getting picked off. We are 47 minutes into the game. A pick-off would be absolutely huge. And let's take a look at buybacks. As we've got surprisingly not that many heroes with buybacks. 4 heroes with buybacks in the game. Only one of them is on the Radiant side, and that's the Bat Rider. Once again, OA moving up into the top lane, pushing it out quite far, forcing that rotation from Spantan to come out, and then they all just kind of rotate back down. They seem to be fine with just continually trying to farm it out. And I'm wondering what the... I mean, is this Perseverance building into a second Battle Fury? Is that what their Fear the Reaper is going for here? Is that build still a thing? The Daedalus into triple Battle Fury? I guess we'll have to wait and see, but I can't remember the last time I've seen a game go this long with an Ember Spirit. Not that 48 minutes is that long, but it is definitely longer than the average. It looks like it's gonna keep going as both teams just kind of... I shouldn't say both teams avoiding each other. It's more so just the fact that OverAchievers are avoiding Spantan Gaming. And Spantan, they're making their rotations. They're going after OA, but it's mainly just defensive rotations, covering the rotations coming out from OA, but not able to really engage into them. And it is going to be a Battle Fury coming out from the Ember Spirit, so will he choose to build a third? You have, it's 40% cleave from one Battle Fury, and that stacks, or sorry, 35%. Man. 35%, so that stacks, so that's going to be 70% to your non-focused target. And if he picks up a third, that'll put him up to 105%. So we'll actually be doing more damage to the target he's not attacking. And that does work with Sleight of Fist. So if you've got... this is actually probably would have been better last game to point out where we saw the Ember Spirit going up against the Meepo. But basically, every time you get an attack with Sleight of Fist, because you jump around and you attack all your targets, you are going to get that cleave. So if there's 2 targets standing next to each other, you're going to get hit. Or sorry, if there's 3 targets all on top of each other, they're all going to get hit with the cleave from each of those attacks. And it puts out a lot of extra damage. Add in a crit there, and oof, those heroes are pretty much dead. Stan now just finishing the butterfly on the Dusa. Oh wait, just still farming away. Sadness has since picked up a basher. Maybe they're waiting for the Abyssal. They seem to be fine going late. I don't know. I don't know. They won the last fight, so I guess they got that going for them, but I think Spantan is just going to be in a better position going late with the Dusa. Uh-oh. We might have a potential pick-off here onto Tugar, and yeah, he's going to get caught out. No, he's not. That disruption was so close to going off. I'm actually really surprised it didn't go off. I guess he just walked outside the sentry lane range. I believe he was right here when the disruption was going out. That was just really, really unfortunate.
Death and gold. Trickster's rune of illusion.
Still, they sit and farm. Both teams doing a great job of still having wards up at 51 minutes into the game. Typically you see wards slip around this point in the game. But we just saw Soul Food place one that immediately got countered. Another one gets countered as well as both Diden and Gin jump up onto the that cliff there to kill that observer ward. Roche is up, and there is an Ember Spirit illusion in there scouting it out. I'm not sure if Dire even checked. So whether or not they know that it's in there.
Haste.
Or are we going to have a fight? We've got a sheep stick picked up by the TA, and here we go. Another smoke. Are they just going to smoke into Roche? But I think they are. Yep. They're actually going to use the smoke to check around, see if there's any heroes around. Nope. They're going to go hunting with this smoke. They're not going to go for the Roche. They actually could have taken Roche there. Of course, they don't know that. They don't know where their opponents are. And Tugarin, they have to know he's invis. They're going to open up on him. Pig in a Bag's going to jump forward. He's got the infested Nyx inside of him, or Nakes inside of him. So, excuse me. So now here we go. Sleep at 4 is going to try to chase after the Nyx who jumps away. Sadness has already gotten the 1 kill onto the Centaur War Runner, and this is like they're just not committing. And now Sleep at 4 is going to get chased down by Sadness. Nice impale coming up from Tugarin, but nice boat as well. It's going to land on both Tugarin and Sadness, but Sadness will have already gotten the kill onto Sleep at 4. He's gotten all 3 kills thus far. And what a sloppy fight. They're all over the place, and now it's not over. Gin's getting caught with the Yules, and Pig in a Bag's going to get the kill onto him, so 4 kills.
Hey, ask permission the next time
And it
you
costs
see
OA
my back.
nothing. Because now they're going to look to push into this bottom lane. It's going to force a buyback coming out from Nevermore, but he's not going to be enough to defend. They only have one other hero that can buy back, and that is Sleep at 4 on the Templar Assassin. But there goes the tier 3, and the buyback does come out. Gin won't be able to buy back, so he won't be around for 25 more seconds. But the bottom racks have already gone down, and here we go. Sadness getting incredibly low. Looks like he's going to go down right off the start of this fight, and that's definitely not good for OA. But Sleep at 4, oh my goodness, that crit from Fear the Reaper couldn't have come at any better of a time. But Sleep at 4 getting the sheep off onto Fear the Reaper and managing to get the kill on him before he comes out of that hex. And now Soul Food went down as well. And just like that, they lose 3. They do get the racks. But they are... maybe they stayed a little bit too long there. I don't know. I don't know. This is going to be Roche for the Dire side. Ember Spirit dead for so long. Of course, he has the extended respawn timer because of his last buyback, which was actually more than the buyback cooldown timer ago, as he actually can buy back still. And I wonder if that stacks, that cooldown timer. I'm guessing it would. I guess it's not going to tell me anywhere. There you go. Spantan looking to push down mid. They want these melee racks, and that will even the game up, as they've already lost 2 racks of their own. They've claimed the top set of racks. And now they want to try to get these ones in the mid. Keep in mind that tier 3 was taken earlier.
Radiant's middle barracks are
So these are exposed racks. Glyph will come out, delaying them a little bit. Soulfu will pop the Lincolns onto Stan. And now Pig in a Bag jumps forward. We'll throw out the Shivas, but an Shivas comes out
Radiant's middle barracks has
from the
fallen.
Dire side, and they're just going to leave after they get the melee racks. They're even going to use Stampede to make sure they get out of that. And oh my goodness, they were all 5 just completely stacked on top of each other. Some ping spamming came out from Nevermore there. Maybe just the fact that they were all so stacked on top of each other, just to say, yo guys, spread the hell out. That would have been a 5-man impale. Or a 5-man earth spike if one of them were in position for that. That could have been absolutely disastrous. But with the Stampede, they were pretty sure that they weren't going to be able to get opened up on like that. Oh. We've got a Divine Rapier pickup. Stan picks up the Divine Rapier on the Dusa. He does have cheese as well. But now I think they're just going to push down the bottom lane. And OA's up in the top, so it looks like they're going to get this top tier 1 tower.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
As long as they have TPs. They don't have a TP onto Sadness, but he of course can infest into Pig in a Bag and use his boots of travel back. They have no reason to be leaving. They could have pressured this top. They had vision of all the heroes on the Dire side. OA playing so safe. They just do not want to fight. They haven't wanted to fight pretty much all game long. They're just running away from their opponents. And I guess now with a Rapier on the board, it's getting scarier and scarier. And the cheese was actually passed to the Kunkka. So Dusa choosing not to hold on to the cheese. And what is this? Well, the courier's not delivering anything for Stan. Okay, they're going to pass the cheese back to Stan now. Thought that's a little questionable. Is why would you not want the cheese on Dusa, especially if you're not going to fill that slot? Well, this one's dragging on a little bit as we're still waiting for that fight. I feel like we've been waiting for quite some time. As neither team really wants to be the one to actually push. I'm sure you guys just heard that. That was my cat. She's been lying next to me, asleep all cast. She's just waking up now. Or not. Looks like she's going back to sleep. OA will I'll continue to avoid. This game's never gonna end. We've got a Rapier. This should be hype, but when no one's fighting, it's like a Mask of Madness, I guess. It just helps accelerate your farm. But the Deuce is 5 slotted now. 6 slotted is buys boots of travel. Uh-oh. These heroes are going to run into the 2 heroes in the top lane. Sadness is up there. They are going to try to initiate. They will get the opening onto Sadness, and it looks like Sadness is going to go down here. He does have buyback. But that means he's not going to have buyback in the fight, and I think you have to go and take this fight. You have to charge down mid and at least force out this buyback. Question is do you actually fight? I think you do. I think you're just in a better position than your opponent right now. You've got the Rapier. Well, this could be it. As we have the TPs coming back. 2 Garin still up in the top lane. He'll TP back as well. Here we go. The range racks go down. They're going to make their way down into the bottom lane, where Sleep at 4 is already working away on that tier 3. Fear the Reaper will jump in with the Sleight of Fist. Sleep at 4 getting quite low. Buyback will come out from Sadness. Another Sleight of Fist comes out. Still no crit. And now Spantan will choose to back away. There's the crit, but that was just on the 1 target. That will get the kill onto the Shadow Demon. And they will TP away, as they've got to go back and defend their base.
Gold for my chest.
And what looked like a potential opening has has just sealed itself right back up. They did manage to force out the buyback on the Lifestealer, so Sadness won't have that available for him for basically another 6 minutes. But still, no real damage done, as they dealt 212 damage to a tier 3 tower. That's going to take a little bit of time for this one to end. There was the range racks that went down, but still, that one's pretty much negligible, as there's already the setter racks gone in the mid lane. I guess that what that means is that this lane is effectively even now, and it's not slightly Radiant favored in terms of pushing. Unfortunately, we got a pause coming out here. We also have a Blink Dagger picked up by the Nyx Assassin. I'm going to take this time to mute, as I need a nurse sip of water. Here we go, we resume. And will we actually have a fight? Looks like OverAchievers had gathered in the top lane, but Sadness isn't there yet. So is this just fainting pressure? Are they waiting for Sadness? Well, he's coming up. Looks like we're actually going to have a fight here. The only hero not there yet is Gin, who doesn't have a TP. He's going to have to run on up there, but with his Blink Dagger, he's getting there pretty quickly. Here we go. Yeah, Sadness is pinging out about the bottom lane. Say, you know what? We've got our bottom lane pushing. They're going to have to go to deal with it. We need to time our push accordingly. But Nevermore's going to push out. They immediately ping out the fact that he's down there. They're going to try to engage in the top lane. Pig in a bag. Tries to come forward with the Firefly to pick anyone off, but they're really smart, staying really far back, recognizing the fact that Nevermore had to make that rotation to the bottom lane, and they knew that that was a potential opening for OA, and they positioned themselves accordingly. Now, Sadness down in the mid lane, helping it push a little bit. Now, they're not letting any wards like that come out. Of course, they've got a gem, so they don't even have to place any sentries. Soulfu trying to get them any little advantage he can, and Gin is actually going to throw down an Observer ward for them, give them a little bit more vision. Tugarin will blink forward, we'll get the stun off onto 2, and we got Pig in a Blag with the lasso onto the Templar Assassin, who will be fine in the end. Stan's going to get the kill onto Tugarin, who will buy back, but he's going to take a little while to get there as he doesn't have boots of travel. The boat will fly through, it won't hit anyone. Stan actually quite low and on the run. He's going to have to go right back to the fountain as he doesn't have any mana. He's low on HP as well, but Fear the Reaper is going to jump forward. He's going to get the kill onto Sleep at 4, which will prompt an immediate buyback, and I think this is going to be the time to back for OverAchievers as they've forced out the buyback onto the TA, and it's a 1-for-1 fight. All that action is just 1-for-1. We lost the Nyx, we lost the TA, both bought back, and that's the end of that fight. This one's still very, very close. And it doesn't really matter, but let's look at the gold graph, and you can see just how close that is. I mean, it could be a 5K, it could be a 7,500, 7.5K difference. It doesn't really matter at this point in the game. It's all about the next team fight. And whichever team can manage to win that is pretty much going to win the game. And that little bit of goal difference isn't really going to have a big impact at all on the team fights. It's all about initiation and controlling the team fights and positioning. Roche will get claimed by the Radiant, and that means Sadness is going to have Aegis. What did he drop on the ground? I'm not sure, but Tugarin is going to get the kill on again. But now look at Sadness. Good thing he's got that Aegis because he's going to go down. And Nevermore is going to try to force Soulfu and Tugarin into the pit. Both the supports were kind of cornered there, but they're choosing to back away. As Stan will try to retreat back to his team. He will get stunned up by Tugarin. Soulfu not able to get close enough for the Earth Spike. Pig in a bag managing to get a kill on Diden in the back. And now Nevermore is going to be the focus. Sadness actually quite low. He's already used that Aegis. Keep in mind, he will jump inside, Fear the Reaper. He will pop out with the Infest, and that means Stan is going to go down. Rapier was on the ground. Fear the Reaper has since picked it up. And this has pretty much got to be it. They're going to get a kill on to Sleep at 4. Of course, he can't buy back. Stan will buy back now. But it's just going to be pretty much him and Nevermore trying to defend. There is one more buyback available. That's on the Shadow Demon. Kunkka coming up in 10 seconds. They could potentially defend this, but it's going to be very, very difficult with that Rapier now on Fear the Reaper. He was the first to pick it up, so he does get the damage benefit from it. Tugarin trying to get this done off, but nice little Manta split there from Stan. Disjoining the targeting. And Fear the Reaper, they'll back. They're gonna back to go defend top, and this is a pretty big wave, but that had to have been a moment for them to potentially end the game. They know that the TA has the buyback on cooldown. They have to know that. Right? Like, huh. Going the safe route, I think they can just end the game there. They will back. And we're back here again. The Rapier has changed hands, but Tugarin still trying to hunt. This is scary. Trying to hunt 68 minutes into the game. This is scary. You do not want to get picked off at this point in the game. And especially with buyback on cooldown. Oh my. We've got another Rapier purchase. Our second Rapier in the game. Fear the Reaper is going to buy that. And look what it's doing. It's on the courier, is coming back to the fountain. So what he's going to do is he's going to be in a team fight. If he dies with the Divine Rapier, he's going to buy back, pick up the Divine Rapier, use his Boots of Speed, or Boots of Travel to get back into the fight. So he's going to basically always have a Rapier in the fight. So even if he loses it, he's still going to have it for next life, effectively. But here we go. They're going to try and push in the top lane. Tugarin's already in Vendetta. It's actually about to expire, but of course you can just continually overlap your Vendettas at rank 16. So he doesn't have to really worry about that. Stan will be the front line. He's only a 5-slotted Deuce now without that Rapier. No items on the couriers. They purchased a second courier at some point, I imagine, to help them scout out Roche. Oh, we're gonna have action here. As Pig in a Bag will jump forward. He will get the lasso off onto Nevermore to pull him back. His BKB will actually be completely wasted as a result. Stampede and Boat will fly out. The Boat will land onto Sadness, who's already lost half his HP. But Nevermore is the only one to have gone down. No buyback available for him. So now OA will... Well, they'll look to just re-engage here, as they've already used Infest, they've already used Finger Bang, they've already used Lasso. But Stone Gaze and Boat have been used on the Dire side, and, well, they're down one hero. As the Centaur is already down. They still have Demonic Purge, though. They will start with the disruption onto the Nyx Assassin. Nyx, whatever the hell his name is, Lifestealer. And so now he'll get stunned. Sleep at 4 is going to go down. And it's all up to Stan now. He's the only one left alive. despite the, well, besides the Kunkka, but Stan's going to go down, and GG well played will come out. Finally, OverAchievers is going to take this one.
The Radiant now have mega creeps.
They played so cautiously.
Radiant
My
victory.
God. That was a little bit of a long drawn out game, but we saw 2 rapiers getting picked up. Even though one was only used in the end. That was a slow and methodical game coming out from OverAchievers who found themselves behind in that game. They made a... Well, they just didn't come out ahead in some engagements, and Spantan got some racks on them early, and then it immediately shifted right back, and OA got some revenge, I guess, or return racks, and then it came back and forth and back and forth, and then we got into a little lull there with the farming, but it did come to an end, and OverAchievers will advance to the finals, and we've got that coming up right now. So I'm going to hop into that lobby, but before I do, make sure you follow me on all my channels, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. All of them are at NizCast or some variation of NizCast / NizCast, whatever it may be. Look up NizCast, you'll find it. But yeah, we still got the finals to go, so I'm going to hop into that lobby. I'm going to throw it to music. It probably won't be long at all because I believe the lobby's being made right now. So stay with us because we got one more game left to go.